Have you ever wondered what lurks in the shadows when you're not looking? When the veil of the night descends and the world is cloaked in an inky blackness, there are places on this earth that seem to awaken, stirring with echoes of a chilling past. Today, we're embarking on a journey, a chilling adventure into the heart of the unknown, to the most haunted locations in the world. First, we'll venture to the southernmost point of Africa, to the Castle of Good Hope in South Africa. This ancient fortress, with its stone walls and imposing towers, has been standing since the 17th century. And with such a long history, it's no surprise that it's brimming with eerie tales and unexplainable occurrences. Then we'll cross continents to the historical heart of England, to the infamous Tower of London. This place has been a prison, a palace, and even a treasury. But the ghosts of its past, they tell a different story. Next, we'll journey across the Atlantic to the southern charm of the Myrtles Plantation in the United States. But don't let its beauty fool you. It holds a dark past that continues to haunt its halls. From there, we'll travel to the depths of Japan, to the Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Sea of Trees. This dense, silent forest holds a somber secret, whispering tales of the lost and the lonely. Finally, we'll sail to the shores of Paglia Island in Italy. This island, with its abandoned buildings and overgrown vegetation, is said to be home to a myriad of spirits, each carrying their own tale of despair and doom. Prepare to delve into the chilling history of these places, where the echoes of the past still linger. So buckle up, hold on tight, and remember, it's only scary if you believe. Our first stop takes us to the southernmost tip of Africa, to the Castle of Good Hope. This fascinating fortress, steeped in history, was erected by the Dutch East India Company in the 17th century, serving as a replenishment station for ships passing the treacherous Cape of Good Hope. However, the castle's illustrious past is not all that it's known for. It has gained notoriety for its eerie occurrences and spectral sightings. The most famous of these apparitions is the ghost of a tall gentleman who has been seen wandering the castle grounds. This specter, believed to be the ghost of Governor Peter Van Noot, has a chilling tale attached to his name. Legend has it that Van Noot sentenced 7 soldiers to hang for desertion, and one of the doomed men cursed the governor from the gallows. On that very day, Van Noot was found dead, his face twisted in a gruesome expression of fear. Since then, the tall gentleman has been spotted at the castle, his ghostly form casting a shadow of dread. The Castle of Good Hope also harbors the spirit of a mysterious woman. This ethereal figure is often seen running across the castle grounds, her long gown billowing behind her as she dashes toward the castle walls. Her identity remains unknown, her story untold, but her presence adds an uncanny layer to the castle's already chilling atmosphere. Over the years, the Castle of Good Hope has become a magnet for those intrigued by the paranormal. It's a place where the past refuses to rest, where spectral figures walk the ramparts and the air is thick with stories of the unexplained. It's no wonder that this fortress, once a beacon of hope for seafaring adventurers, now stands as a monument to the supernatural. The Castle of Good Hope, a place where history and horror intertwine. In its looming stone walls and echoing corridors, the echoes of the past continue to resonate, whispering tales of dread and mystery to those brave enough to listen. Next, we venture to the heart of England, to the infamous Tower of London. A chilling monument to the darker side of history, the Tower of London has stood as a silent sentinel for nearly a millennium. Its imposing stone walls have seen countless tales of power, betrayal, and bloodshed. The tower's history is steeped in the crimson hue of execution. Since its construction in the 11th century, it has served as a royal palace, a prison, and an execution ground. A place where the high-born and the lowly alike met their end. The echoes of their final moments still seem to reverberate across its cold stone floors. Among the many souls that met their tragic fate here, one stands out: Anne Boleyn, the queen who dared to defy convention. Married to King Henry VIII, she was the second of his 6 wives and the first to be executed. Accused of adultery, treason, and witchcraft, she was beheaded in 1536. But her spirit, it seems, was not so easily silenced. Many visitors have reported seeing Anne Boleyn's ghostly figure wandering the tower grounds, her spectral form clothed in a flowing gown, her neck bearing the mark of the executioner's blade. Some have even claimed to see her holding her severed head under her arm, a chilling reminder of her gruesome fate. But Anne Boleyn is not the only royal ghost said to haunt the tower. The spirits of the princes in the tower, Edward and Richard, are also believed to linger within its walls. The young boys, aged 12 and 9, were imprisoned by their ambitious uncle, Richard III, who sought to claim the throne for himself. Their disappearance in the summer of 1483 is one of history's most enduring mysteries. To this day, their fate remains unknown, but many believe they were murdered in cold blood within the tower's confines. Visitors have reported seeing the ghostly figures of the two young boys, huddled together in fear, their spectral forms appearing as thin, shadowy outlines. Their anguished cries have been heard echoing through the halls, a haunting reminder of their tragic fate. The Tower of London is a place where history and horror intertwine, where the past seeps into the present. It's a place where the dead refuse to rest, where spirits are said to wander eternally, bound to the place of their untimely demise. The tower's bloody past seems to ripple through time, its ghostly inhabitants a stark reminder of the darker side of history. The Tower of London, where royal spirits roam the halls. It's a chilling testament to the power of the past, a place where echoes of history reverberate with an eerie, haunting resonance. A place where the past is not just remembered but relived again and again in the spectral forms of those who once walked its halls. It's a place where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur, where history lives on in ghostly whispers and spectral sightings. Crossing the Atlantic, we arrive at our third location, the Myrtles Plantation in the USA. Nestled in the heart of Louisiana, the Myrtles Plantation whispers tales of the past, draped in an eerie shroud of mystery and lore. This grand old mansion dates back to the late 18th century. Initially a thriving plantation, it later bore witness to the tumultuous era of the American Civil War. But it's not the war-torn history that sends chills down the spine of every visitor. It's the spectral inhabitants that are said to roam its hallways. Central to the plantation's haunting is the legend of Chloe, a once enslaved woman. As the tale goes, Chloe was caught eavesdropping on her owner's private conversations. As punishment, one of her ears was cut off. Driven by revenge, Chloe allegedly poisoned a birthday cake, intending to make her owners ill. Instead, she caused the death of the lady of the house and her two children. Chloe's spirit, along with those of her victims, are said to be the most active in the house. But Chloe isn't the only ghostly tenant of the Myrtles Plantation. Over the years, there have been countless reports of photographic and auditory anomalies. Visitors often capture unexplained apparitions in their photos, including a ghostly girl thought to be one of Chloe's victims. Auditory anomalies, or EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, are also frequently reported. These include disembodied voices, footsteps echoing through empty rooms, and the haunting sound of a piano playing in the dead of night. The Myrtles Plantation is a chilling testament to a time long gone, its history seeping into the present through otherworldly encounters. The mansion, with its imposing facade and sprawling grounds, is a place where the past refuses to rest. It's a location that draws the curious and the brave, offering them a glimpse into a world beyond our own. The Myrtles Plantation, a haunting reminder of a troubled past. We now journey to the east, to the eerie Aokigahara Forest in Japan. Known as the Sea of Trees, Aokigahara Forest rests at the northwest base of Mount Fuji, spreading over 14 square miles. Its dense vegetation and the labyrinth-like network of twisting trails offer an unsettling sense of isolation, amplified by the eerie silence that pervades the woods. The forest's reputation, however, goes beyond its chilling atmosphere. Aokigahara Forest is infamous as a suicide hotspot, a grim reality that has earned it the moniker Suicide Forest. Each year, dozens of individuals make the somber journey into the forest, never to return. The exact number of suicides remains unknown, as many are believed to be lost forever within the forest's depths. This tragic phenomenon has led to an uneasy energy pervading the area, with many visitors reporting a feeling of extreme sadness and despair upon entering the woods. But the forest's haunted reputation is not simply a product of modern tragedies. Aokigahara Forest has long been associated with demons and malevolent spirits in Japanese mythology. The forest is said to be home to yurei, spirits of the dead that have been unable to find peace in the afterlife. These spirits are believed to lure the despondent and the lost into the forest, drawing them deeper into the woods until they become a part of the forest themselves. Many who have ventured into Aokigahara Forest have shared chilling experiences. Some speak of hearing whispers when no one is around, while others recount seeing apparitions among the trees. Compasses are known to malfunction due to the high iron content in the volcanic soil, adding to the disorienting nature of the forest. Many visitors have reported a sudden, unexplainable urge to veer off the path as if being summoned by an unseen force. Despite the chilling tales and the grim reality, Aokigahara Forest is undeniably beautiful. Its lush vegetation and tranquil atmosphere offer a stark contrast to the darkness that it conceals. The Japanese government has made efforts to discourage suicides, posting signs with messages of hope and installing surveillance cameras. Yet, the forest continues to draw those in despair, adding to its haunted reputation. In the end, Aokigahara Forest is a place where beauty and tragedy intertwine, a testament to the profound complexities of the human spirit. It stands as a haunting reminder of the despair that can lead individuals into its dark embrace, while also serving as a symbol of the ephemeral beauty of life itself. It's a place where tales of the supernatural blend with heartbreaking realities, creating a chilling narrative that continues to both fascinate and horrify. Aokigahara Forest, where despair and death linger in the trees. Our final stop takes us to Italy, to the forsaken Paglia Island. A chilling wind sweeps across the Venetian lagoon, carrying with it whispers of a dark past. Nestled amidst this tranquil setting, Paglia Island is a stark contrast to the romantic gondolas and iconic architecture of nearby Venice. Yet it is not its isolation that sets it apart, but its haunting history and the eerie tales that surround it. In the 14th century, when the bubonic plague ravaged Europe, Paglia served as a quarantine station for the diseased. Thousands were exiled here, left to wither away in agony. The air, heavy with despair, would have been filled with their tormented cries. It is said that the soil of Paglia is made up largely of human ash, a chilling testament to its history as a plague island. Yet the island's grim past did not end there. In the early 20th century, a mental hospital was established on Paglia, further cementing its reputation as a place of suffering. The patients were tormented by the island's past, their cries echoing those of the plague victims who came before them. Some say the hospital's head doctor performed inhumane experiments on the patients, pushing them to the brink of insanity. His life, they say, ended in suicide, his spirit forever trapped on the island. Today, Paglia remains abandoned, a silent sentinel to its tormented past. Yet, those brave enough to venture near report strange occurrences. Disembodied voices whisper in the wind, lights flicker in the empty hospital, and shadows move across the island, as if the spirits of Paglia are still trapped in their endless torment. Paglia Island, an isolated place of suffering and sorrow. Its history is a chilling reminder of humanity's dark past and its present, a testament to the enduring power of the spirits left behind. As we leave this forsaken island, we are reminded that, in some places, the past is not easily forgotten. It lingers, a ghostly presence in the wind, forever whispering its tales of suffering and sorrow. Paglia Island, an isolated place of suffering and sorrow. These are but a few of the world's most haunted locations, where the past refuses to rest. Our journey began in South Africa's Castle of Good Hope, where spectral soldiers still march. We then crossed the Atlantic to England's Tower of London, a place where history's tragedies echo in every stone. A visit to the United States took us to the Myrtles Plantation, where the spirits of the past still walk amongst the living. Our voyage then led us to Japan's eerie Aokigahara Forest, a mournful place of lost souls. Finally, we ended our ghostly tour at Paglia Island in Italy, a chilling testament to human suffering and despair. These places, each steeped in tales of the supernatural, remind us that the world is filled with mysteries that lie just beyond our understanding. Remember, the shadows are full of stories. If you dare to listen, like, share, and subscribe for more chilling tales. Until next time, good night.